Hey, so in this video, I'll try to explain all the big 3 anime shortly. Characters, arc, story, animation, etc, etc. Of course, I'll be mostly talking about the anime. And because I haven't watched One Piece, I will have a never before seen person on YouTube helping me do that thing. Also, this is up to date with the current Bleach anime at the time of writing the script. So you won't see a more accurate explanation on YouTube for years to come. Now, let's get right into it. Let's start with Naruto. The Naruto anime first aired on October 3rd, 2002 and aired for 5 years before ending and starting Shippuden the following month. Shippuden ended at 2017 with a combined total of 720 episodes, which is roughly the same as the manga. The Naruto anime is 41% filler. There is a sequel anime slash manga, Boruto. The anime is 85% filler, whilst the manga is a monthly series. I've heard people call Boruto the bad ending that never ends. Naruto also currently has another anime project announced, but it's a 4-episode project that they've delayed since 2021. Naruto has 70 physical English volumes, which you can buy in 3 boxes for roughly $500. Alright, now moving on to what I actually promised in the intro. The main characters are the yellow-haired kid, the daddy issues kid, that Sakura bitch, also Gojo. If you ain't one of them, you're irrelevant. Alright, there are a few exceptions to that rule. There's the pervert, aka the best character in the series, that Toad guy, the red-haired sand dude, and oops, wait, looks like we spent too much time without the main cast and we don't have anyone else besides them. That's literally the main issue with Naruto. Like, if you ain't the Hidden Leaf Village, then get your ass out of here. Sure, you can make an argument for Sand Village, Rain Village, and Sound Village, but literally name any other village that's been explored. There are none. Now moving on to the arcs. Naruto has a lot of significant arcs. The first one is the Zabuza arc, where most people got hooked, but not me. I struggled all throughout Naruto until the Chunin exams started. When that arc started, I got so hooked that I pretty much binged Naruto and Naruto Shippuden every day until the very end. If I had to say my top 3 favorite arcs, it'd be number 1, the Pain arc, number 2, the Tale of Jiraiya arc, and number 3, the Chunin exams. If you're surprised about the Tale of Jiraiya not being included in the Pain Assault arc, I was too, but it makes sense. Animation wise, Naruto is really good most of the time. Take for example the final fight between Naruto and Sasuke. That fight was just amazing. But then again, there were moments in the Pain arc that were low-key ass. Alright, let's move on to One Piece. Now I'll quickly explain what I saw in my 27 episodes that I watched, and then I'll let the never before seen person come here and talk. I met some of the main cast, Luffy, Zoro, Nami, Sanji, and Usopp. I also met the Mihawk, and I pretty much stopped watching right after Zoro lost against Mihawk. Alright, let's see what that guy has to say.
Hello dear viewers, my name is Nighty. As Omnix said, I was referred as Mr. Guy. Nah, I'm that guy now though. And anyways, I'm here to talk about One Piece. I'm a huge One Piece fan. I got a flag in my room. I'm like all about One Piece.
I think you told me once that One Piece was your favorite anime.
Yes, it was. Anyways, let's start this interview. I need this job or my family's gonna starve. Let's go on the interview. My son is starving, okay? I can see its ribcage.
Damn. Let's start with the characters. What are the main cast?
The main cast, we got our lovable main character, Luffy. He's a little rubber boy, he's stretchy, his neck stretches, and he's a condom. Then we got our green guy, Zoro. He's the right hand man. He's pretty cool. He wears a do-rag when he gets serious. He's cool. Then we got our cook of the ship. Its name is Sanji. He likes to smoke. He got a cool ass OST, and he's just he's not a good guy, but he's a guy.
Each character has an OST?
Oh, each character has an OST. They have really good OSTs. And then there's Nami, or Navigator. She's a ginger, but she's a good ginger.
That's rare.
That's her. Hey, she's athletic. She steals. She was known as a burglar. She's awesome. Then we got Robin. Maybe one of the best looking characters. Especially pre-time skip.
I've seen.
She's known as Miss All Sunday. Well, when we met her first, before we found out she was the Devil's Child.
What?
If I wanna explain, because this will be too long again, but you know, she's awesome. Then we got Brooke, our favorite musician. He got good jokes. Always staying on a 45 degrees. Yeah, good man. Next one, also a really good character, Frankie. He's a little odd, but hey, we all odd, right? So he's wearing boxers, only boxers. He never wears pants. That's his thing. He doesn't like pants. And he got, pre-time skip, man. He looked awesome. After time skip, he went bald. Nah. But the thing is, he can change his hairstyle while pressing buttons. Cause like he's a shipwright. He like his body is essentially half cyborg.
Is he like the barber of the One Piece crew?
There's no barber. He's the shipwright. He fixes the ship. He makes the ship. Now next one we could talk about Chopper. Johnny D. Chopper. He's a mad, ferocious being. People call him a rabid dog. Raccoon dog. The truth is, he's a reindeer. Going for 100 belly. Actually, 1,000, I think now. He's a ferocious animal. Straw Hat Crew. Usopp? Usopp. You may hate him, you may love him, but he's always gonna be a god. The thing about his character, even though he's scared, he wants to leave, he's gonna stick up for his crew in the end. In the Marine War arc, we meet Jinbei there. He's a cool blue guy. I guess he's a fish. He's a fucking fish, just flopping around all the time, having his fish karate, fish talk. And anyway, that's the entire crew. The thing I didn't like about the story is how Oda makes their characters die and then he revives them. That's pretty much the only thing I hate about the story. In the anime, I hate about the pacing, but that's pretty much like that's like only anime. Like if you watch the anime, you're gonna hate the pacing. If you read the manga, there's no issues about the pacing. What I like about One Piece, I mean, the world building. The foreshadowing, these are like pretty much like, it sounds like buzzwords, but like honestly that's just how it is with One Piece. It's just really good. The story overall is very well written, even though like Oda did say to himself he wanted to end the series very much earlier when he like at the start. Yeah, but he just started continuing just to write, like because it was doing really well. I'm not sure. You have to fact check me on this, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
What are your thoughts on the One Piece one?
I would say all of them have like their own meaning in them. Like, okay, some are like more useless than the others. Kaipi arc, like, yes, it's foreshadowed Gear 5, but it was pretty much kind of useless. But at the same time, Skype arc was really good, so I don't mind it. Of course, there's like arcs that like sucked. Fishman Island arc, but it pretty much only sucked because of the anime pacing. I haven't read the manga at all, so I don't know about the pacing of Fishman Island in the manga, but in the anime it was so bad.
What are your 3 favorite arcs?
My 3 favorite arcs. Oh, wait a second. Wait, let me have to think about this. Wait a second. I'd say one of my favorites is by far Skypiea. And this kind of sounds weird because a lot of people like don't like Skypiea. But for me, like Skypiea like really made me love the One Piece world. Just like imagining an island in the sky 10,000 meters above. Just this mystery of like these gigantic angel people we saw at first. It's just so interesting. I mean, I really like the Wano arc and Water 7 and Marineford. And yeah.
The last thing is animation.
Oh, first like it was like very like old animation and I really loved it. To be honest, it's now that I look back, it's very nostalgic. When you watch more in the middle, it's like some kind of weird transition between like digital, where like they're starting to figure out digital stuff. It looks really wonky and weird. Where about like the Fishman Island arc was, then we go into Wano arc where like the animation just becomes amazing. It just like skyrockets. It's one of the best looking anime ever, honestly. Especially in One Piece Wano, like later in the arc, the animation pops off. It looks so amazing. And JJK was like actually also really fucking amazing. But the thing is about JJK is that it had a problem with Mappa and the like how they didn't let the animators finish their work, and that's why it kind of looked messy and it was unpolished and it wasn't like completely ready. But if Mappa gave them the time, it could have surpassed One Piece animation, to be honest.
You're referring to the Maharaga fight where...
Yeah, especially that too. It still looked insane. If they would have given the time, it would have been so much better.
Yeah, I agree. Alright, that's it, but please plug your socials. Of course, I'll put them in the description of what.
Yeah.
So please go ahead.
Down in the description is gonna be my YouTube channel, 907009. Maybe up to change. I'll figure it out later on. But that's me.
Alright. Thank you very much for this Albin. Yeah, let's call it this Albin. Thank you very much.
Okay.
And
do I get the job though?
No. Alright, thank you, Mr. Guy. Yes, that's his name now, Mr. Guy. But we don't need to spend unnecessary time delaying talking about the best, in my opinion, Big 3 member, Bleach. I love Bleach so much. It's my favorite anime, and from the big three, it's the only one that I have bought the manga for. I have 2 out of the 3 Bleach boxes right now, and 0 of both Naruto and One Piece. But that's besides the point. The Bleach anime first aired on October 5th, 2004, and aired for about 8 years until 2012, when the original anime stopped airing right after the Fullbringer arc. It took a 10-year hiatus, and returned a completely new anime, pretty much. And Studio Period adapted the first 2 seasons out of the 4 of the final 1000-Year Blood War arc, before making a completely different studio just to focus on Bleach 1000-Year Blood War, for it to be as high quality as possible. And they certainly succeeded. As I just said, the original Bleach anime finished airing on episode 366 with a total of 45% filler, and it is continuing with a sequel anime to finish the final arc of the manga, the 1000-Year Blood War, and they're going to make a total of 4 seasons consisting of 48 episodes. At the time of writing the script, a total of 26 of those episodes have been released, as the 3rd season of the 1000-Year Blood War is currently airing. After the 1000-Year Blood War finishes airing, the total filler percent will go down from 45% to 42%. The main characters in the series are the protagonist, Strawberry, and the other main cast, which are Rukia, Sasuke but better, the girl whose powers are actually pretty interesting, and El Cabron. You can split Bleach into about 5 main story arcs. I'll list them sequentially, I'm going to assume that was correct, by when they aired. First was the Substitute Soul Reaper arc, then it was Soul Society, then it was the Arrancar arc, then it was the Fullbringer arc, and finally there's the 1000-Year Blood War. You can argue that most of these are like sagas because, for example, in the Substitute Soul Reaper arc, there are many arcs included in it. For example, the Grand Fisher arc, the Dan Kanonji arc, the Ishida introduction / Holobait arc, the Orihime brother arc, and etc, etc. Alright, before I talk about each arc a bit more in depth, I'll tell you about the goals of each arc. In the Soul Society, Strawberry and his squad went to save Rukia. In the Arrancar arc, Strawberry and his squad, including Renji, went to save Orihime. And finally, in the 1000-Year Blood War, Strawberry went to save the entire Soul Society and Ishida. Wait, I think I'm seeing a pattern. The Soul Society is often regarded as one of the best arcs in all of anime, and there's a good reason too. While the first arc, aka the Substitute Soul Reaper arc, was quite slow, it introduced the power system quite nice. The next arc, aka the Soul Society arc, was the opposite. Hype as fuck fights literally every episode. If I had to say some of my favorites, it would be Strawberry versus Renji, Strawberry versus If Fighting Was Cocaine, I Would Be an Addict, and Strawberry versus Thank You for Saving My Sister. I was too indecisive and couldn't do it myself. And finally, Bleach's Sasuke versus like an actual bitch ass. As you may realize, I really fucking don't like Kurotsuchi. The next arc is the Arrancar arc, which I also love the anime for. I skipped the fillers for all of Bleach. And I'm reading the manga right now. I'm at volume 28 at the time of writing the script, and I just met Nell, one of my favorite characters. She was so fun, and after the reveal, I liked her even more. I suppose you can divide the Arrancar arc into 2 parts. One is the actual Arrancar arc, and the other one is the fights against the ex-captains. Mainly Aizen though. The Fullbringer arc wasn't as bad as many people made it out to be, but it definitely wasn't among my favorites. Maybe it was better than the Substitute Soul Reaper arc, but no more than that. I really like my uncle's powers though. I wonder how he managed to get himself into a favorite anime of mine. Then, Strawberry gets his powers back, and the final and arguably the best arc in the series started, the 1000-Year Blood War. So far, from the 3 parts that are currently released, right now part 3 has 2 episodes released, and my ranking would be based on personal enjoyment, part 1, then part 3, and then part 2. I'm not saying that any part is bad. I'm just saying part 2 wasn't exactly what I would call very fucking consistently interesting. Oh yeah, in the final arc, my favorite fight was definitely Strawberry versus the one that got his pulse back after 900 years. Their first fight. That fight was just so magnificent. The animation, the soundtrack, the action, literally everything was perfect. Alright, maybe I didn't exactly like how the fight ended, but everything apart from that was amazing. Let's talk about the villain short. Bleach's villains are so fucking cool. Let's say Aizen. When we first realized he's a villain, he literally nearly kills Hina in this panel / scene, which went on to go viral. But here are the main villains throughout the story. First is Byakuya when he takes Rukia back to the Soul Society. Then you can make an argument for Zaraki, but that's less. Then the next main villain is Aizen, Ichimaru, and Tosen when they get transported to Hueco Mundo. And during the Arrancar arc, the main villains are Grimmjow and Ulquiorra. Then right after the Arrancar arc, the focus goes back onto Aizen and the other ex-captains. Ichimaru turns out to be good, and Tosen regrets following Aizen. So Aizen is the last main villain from this group. Even alone, he nearly wipes out the Soul Reapers. The Soul Society is so lucky that Strawberry still hadn't seen Aizen's true Shikai, which I'm still wondering why Aizen didn't use. Like, sure, you could have underestimated him at first, but when he manhandled you and brought you to somewhere else, you should have put your pride aside, even if you had the Hogyoku. The Soul Society is so lucky that Strawberry had that final attack for. Otherwise, they would have been fucked. And if you're wondering, after talking with that same Mr. guy, I came to the conclusion that Ichigo did have to use his final Getsuga Tensho, because that didn't even kill Aizen. If it killed Aizen, then you can make an argument. But Aizen would have lived and killed Strawberry if not for Urahara. Oh yeah, then the final main villain is the one who got his pulse back after 900 years. And yeah, that's all I have to talk about. If I had to rate them based on my enjoyment, I would say first is Bleach, then it's Naruto, and then it's One Piece. But don't take the One Piece one to mind. I only watched 20 episodes myself, and for my friend, it's his favorite anime. And that's all. If I forgot to mention something important or you disagree with something, please be sure to leave it in the comments down below. I don't reply to every comment, but I've read every single comment, so I will definitely see it. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like and subscribe, as I've set a goal for myself to post every single Monday, without exception. And I've been doing this for the past 3 months, and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. So I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope to see you next time. Bye! Strawberry, 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 strawberry.